War. War never changes. In the ashes of a world scorched by atomic fire, humanity clings to life like a stubborn weed growing through cracked concrete. Once proud cities lie in ruin, their steel bones bleached by sun and sand. The lucky few hid in vaults, while the rest learn to survive, or learn to die. It's been over 2 centuries since the bombs fell, but the scars remain. Raiders roam the highways, mutants prowl the ruins, and in the darkest corners of the wasteland, something far worse stirs. You've heard the stories. Deathclaws. Born in pre-war labs, perfected by the Enclave, these apex predators are fast, cunning, and relentless. Most people go their whole lives praying to never see one, and most people don't survive if they do. Whether you're a vault dweller, ghoul, Brotherhood outcast, or just another poor bastard with a rusty gun and bad luck, you're about to find out what it really means to survive in the wasteland. Because war never changes, but the things hiding in the wasteland, they do. Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back, viewers. I am RxOliver. This is Fallout, and this is Claws of Crimson. Thanks for joining me, boys. So, this one is called Claws of Crimson, and it was written by a creator called ELH, and it is available online for free. Same person who wrote Real Pizza Work, which is another really fun one that I've just completed, so shout out to that person. We're about to do another one of your scenarios. I'm here with some amazing superstars tonight. We've got, from left to right, Jeff playing Grandslam. Welcome back, Jeff.
Hello.
We have Max back as Turok. Welcome, Max.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We've got Brian as Lorelei.
Hello, hello.
And Chris, who's come in last minute, so thanks very much, man. We appreciate you. We'll be playing Nappa this evening. Thanks for joining us, Chris. So, gentlemen, let's get into this adventure, Claws of Crimson. The Gunners are well known in the Commonwealth for being a ruthless mercenary organisation. No job is too brutal for them to undertake as long as it improves their bottom line. They're quite aggressive and fiercely territorial. So why, then, were they seen fleeing Vault 95? You have to get Mac the Trader to repeat his story a few times before it really sinks in. Apparently there was a massive firefight at Vault 95 a few days ago, one that saw the Gunners leaving with their tails between their legs with whatever they could carry. That's a big deal. Whatever got the Gunners to run like cowards could be a major game changer and problem for the rest of the Commonwealth. And if that wasn't bad enough, Max got another hot rumour. A large group of Deathclaws were spotted roaming in the glowing sea. If such a pack ends up heading north into Boston proper, things could get very dicey very quickly. As much as you would like to write this all off as hearsay and as someone else's problem, this is the type of situation where you need trusted eyes on point. Specifically, yours. After all, your entire community could be at risk. Not just from the Gunners and whatever spooked them, but also deadly creatures only brought down by concentrated firepower. Not just from the Gunners and whatever spooked them, but also deadly creatures only brought down by concentrated firepower. Sorry, that's correct. You're hoping it's not as bad as Mac makes out. It to be all the same, maybe someone got high on chems and dreamt it all. Sorry for stumbling that a little bit, boys, but you got the major gist of it, did you?
Yeah, you're right.
So, the Gunners have been seen sprinting away, running for their lives away from Vault 95. And a large group of Deathclaw have been spotted roaming in the glowing sea. Now we're going to have a look at the map so we can show you where you are, and we're going to talk about that. So we are on the Commonwealth map. Now you started your adventure, your last adventure for most of you, not Nappa. So for 3 of you was here at Lakeside. And for Nappa, it was here at Unicorn. Now Nappa, some months have passed since your adventure in Unicorn, and also some months have passed since your adventure in Lakeside. And for whatever reason, you all find yourselves south at Somerville Place, near Vault 95. So I've started you all with, well, we're going to start you with 4 action points, 1 each. But I've decided that if any of you can give a good reason, and 1 for the group of 3 maybe, and then 1 for Nappa, because you're 2 separate groups from 2 different places. So if Nappa can give me a good reason why he's no longer at Unicorn, and in recent times has moved to Somerville Place, I'm going to give another action point. And if one of the 3 of you from the other group can give me a reason why you're no longer at Lakeside and you're at Somerville Place, I'll give you another action point. How's that?
Okay.
Who would like to go first? Anyone got a good idea? It could be clever, it could be funny, it could be lore accurate, it could be...
Brock likes to party with super mutants in the glowing sea sometimes. He likes chilling out with his rad boys.
You wanted to
Nobody parties like the super mutants in the glowing sea.
So you wanted to be closer to some more of your own kind? I'll take it. I'll take
He
it.
heard delicious Deathclaws out there. Those are his favorite.
Nice.
Anyone else from your group? Turok or Lorelei?
Lorelei probably came down to help with the farming in the area, mainly repairing the equipment.
Okay. Turok, any idea why you would have moved south so far? To just outside the glowing sea?
He had heard some weird rumors about some strange happenings out there, and one of them is an old tale from his tribe of like some mysterious thing that has popped up here and there. So he's here to try to check it out, see if it's what he believes it is.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll give an action point for you, Free. Chris, can you think of a reason why Nappa would be here, and no longer at Lakeside?
Yeah, Nappa got ousted from Unicorn because his secret alter ego was exposed as being part of the Brotherhood. So they didn't take kindly to the fact that he was lying about the reason that he was there. And because that was found out and he was ousted from that mission, he has been sent intel that there is tech available nearby to Somerville Place, and he should investigate around there.
Maybe the report said that there was still some valuable tech in Vault 95, so there's some pre-war tech in Vault 95 maybe.
Yeah, I didn't specifically want to say Vault 95 because I was going to assume that I didn't know that it was there.
No, you're close to Vault 95. I will give you that. I would say that Vault 95 is where you've been told that there is valuable pre-war tech, and that was your Brotherhood mission, was to check it out. So I'll give you both an action point, Nappa and the group of 3. So you'll start the adventure with 6 action points. So boys, you are working for the town militia. You're taking your turn in the town militia, and you've heard from this mad trader that the gunners were seen running for the hills from Vault 95. Something spooked the gunners, and also that there's been a group of Deathclaw wandering the glowing sea, getting fairly close to where you are. What would you like to do about it? Remember, you don't survive the wasteland by sitting around doing nothing.
Probably want to head out and check this out and at a safe distance, but see what probably maybe check out Fallout's 95. Maybe why the gunners ran out is if something with the Deathclaws, maybe they found a way to get into it, because then they like digging around.
So there's 2.
Vault 95 is just right there too. Yeah. So
there's 2 major options here, 2 obvious options. One of them is to go check out Vault 95 and what happened there. The other one is to go take a look, go head to the outskirts of the glowing sea and see if you can see any signs of a herd, a pack of Deathclaws. So those are your 2 obvious options. Remember, I am putting these one-shots into my timeline, and everything is still fairly sandboxed. The settlements around you exist. If you want to go shopping or speak to anyone around or things like that, these are all still options. Extra options that wouldn't normally be in a one-shot. You have them because this is a living, breathing Commonwealth that I'm running here, or attempting to.
I'm Brock is fine to just go straight to 95. But if anybody does want to do any tier things beforehand, we are in a settlement, right?
You're in a settlement.
Yeah.
Somerville Place is a fairly small settlement, but you can get food here, water here. You can get a certain level of equipment. There would be a trader here that you can get up to a certain level of equipment from. And also, you've just finished speaking to this guy, Mac, the trader. This is a trader that comes through that you've just finished, that just gave you these rumours. So you do have a trader right in front of you. So you've got those options if you want them before you do anything. You can equip, etc.
I probably would like to maybe see if I can get some of my hands on some leather armor. And
Okay.
possibly some more bullets from my gun.
Okay. What type of bullets do you use?
I think it's a 9mm.
Oh, that's right. What book is it in? Because it's in a new book, isn't it?
I think it's in the Wanderers.
Okay.
That's where the
Well,
weapon came
so
from,
while
I
you're
think.
looking that up, what were you going to do, Chris?
If we're gonna end up going near the glowing sea, I'm gonna require Radaway.
Okay.
Or it's not Radex. There's something that
Radix is the one that stops you. It gives you resistance for a while, and Radaway's the stuff that takes it away afterwards.
Those would be the two things that I'd be looking for: Radaway and
Potentially
Radex.
want both, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's
So
been, it's been some months since your last encounters both. What I'd like to say, just so that you've got the option to be fairly well equipped, is you can have an extra 50 caps each from what you've earned in the past months. Okay, so you can all add 50 caps and use that as.
Well, hey, 51 caps.
Alright, I'm looking through the Wanderer's Guide just now, Max, to see if I can find that.
Yeah, I think it's on page 57 where it has the ammo for the 9mm.
57. 9mm. That's quantity found. That's when you find it. All right, it's got a cost there as well. It's one per bullet. So, however many bullets you want to buy is that many caps.
Okay, no problem. And as I said, I was going to see if I can get some try to see if I can find leg and arm leather, because I think that'd be a little simpler to get.
Yeah, okay.
Than anything else.
What did you say Nappa was going to get? Sorry, Chris?
Radaway
and Radex. Yeah. Okay. Do you know where to find that in the book?
Oh. I'm asking me to read a book.
I'm looking at it. I have some of these tables
I've got it up
screenshotted.
just now.
Yeah, Radex gives +6 rad resistance, and it costs 40. And the Radaway heals 4 rad damage and costs 80.
There you go.
Okay.
Alright.
But that rad have you pretty set if you buy like 2 of them. Like, I would imagine.
Okay, and I am looking at armor next for you, Max.
Yeah, it's 130 in the main book.
130. What are you looking for? Leather armor. So the chest piece costs 25, the legs are 10 each, and the arms are 8 each.
Yeah, I already got it. I have a combat chest piece. I was just covering my legs. And...
So just looking for the legs and arms, right? So leather for 2 arms would cost you 16, and for 2 legs would cost you 20. So 36 for 2 arms and 2 legs.
That's not bad.
And they give 1 physical, 2 energy each. Can you?
Nice.
Or you're right, adding them to your character sheet yourself, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
You know how to do it in the armor section on the thing, don't you? Sweet.
Pretty disgusted that leather armor is better than regular armor. Leather armor giving more defense made of metal. Crazy.
What about you, Brock? Are you doing anything shopping wise before we?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Brock bought his things in the time in between. The only thing that he picked up really since the last adventure is he got a baseball helmet from Diamond City. It's got the Boston Red Sox logo on the front of it, but he
Nice.
wrote Brock after it, so it just says Brock on his forehead, so he just
Nice.
looks extra dumb.
Nice. I love that. I love that. You sorted
Maybe
out
I'll buy
your-
some.
what
Maybe
did-
I'll buy some beers. Does this dude
what-
have any beer?
Yeah, you can get beers. What did you get, Nappa? A Radaway? Or a Radex?
Well, I can only afford a Radak.
Nice. So
So
Radex
I'll
will gives
get
you
that.
immunity for a certain time.
12 hours, it says.
12 hours, that's pretty good. You're going to be alright. You're not going to be in the glowing sea for 12 hours, I don't think, mate. Hopefully, anyway.
Hope.
Lorelei, you're a human as well. You take radiation damage. Are you thinking about some Radex, maybe?
Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 Radex.
2, okay. What about Turok? You're also human. Radiation bothers you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take probably get some Radix. Can I get a leather helmet? That's about 10 caps. Would that be okay to get?
Leather helmet. Where's helmets?
Well, it's in the equipment. It's
Oh yeah,
in-
helmet. That doesn't show. Doesn't show a leather helmet.
Well, it's in the equipment.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here we go. Helmets. Oh no, yeah, no. Raider helmet. A raider helmet. No, that's power armor. Sorry. I've got synth helmet. I can find synth helmet. I don't see normal helmets though. Do you know where
It's
they are?
actually in Compendium.
Yeah, I
If you
actually
look
don't
in the
see
comp-
much for leather. There's other helmets, but there's no leather one.
Well,
see-
I look in the
that.
compendium. If you click on the equipment one, and it scrolls down to leather, it's a leather helmet right there for like.
Okay, well you can buy
Yeah.
that. That's it. That's available if that's there.
Yeah, it's only 5 caps.
Yeah,
so-
buy that, and you can manage your own inventory. You can do the
Oh, yeah.
things yourself. Yeah.
And I'm probably picking up more leather armor,
Okay.
like arms, legs, and I'll grab a helmet too.
Okay. So what are you guys thinking? Is it going to be Vault 95 or is it going to be the Glowing Sea?
Hmm.
I'll go to 95 first.
That's
We
one
might
vote for
find
95.
that will help us get to the glowing sea.
Okay. So one vote for 95. Nappa, no prizes for guessing what you're going to vote.
Yeah, Vault 95, if I
Aye.
know it's there.
So that's 2 for Vault 95 first. We
Yeah,
need-
let's go to Vault
there
95
you go. There you go.
first.
It's 3-1 for the Vault. What do you think, Max? Is Turok Vault or is
Oh,
Turok...
yeah. He said vault. He's like, that's what he suggested. It's like, hey, let's head over to the vault and check that out.
Okay.
It's on the way.
Well, I'm going to stop by another couple of maps, I think. Oh, we forgot to show off Somerville Place. So that's what Somerville Place looks like. So this is where you leave. Your cozy little home at Somerville Place. And then...
Rock trash the whole time we were there.
And then...
Filthy.
You're
Get a
on
broom.
the edge of the glowing sea. That's what the glowing sea looks like. That's why they call it the glowing sea, because it's glowing with radiation.
Rock breathes in the sweet glowing air.
You're not...
Oh.
To go to Vault 95, you're not in it long enough that I'm going to make you take your Radix just now. Then, as you approach, you see this. This installation, this bunker that sits above Vault 95. And this is you approaching it from a distance. And this is Vault 95 entrance. So,
We don't see any things around that are alive and dangerous, do we?
there's no things alive that are dangerous. Now, there's a wee bit of script here. So, even a ways out from the superstructure that contains Vault 95, you can tell that something major has gone down here. The ground is covered in blast craters, scorch marks, chunks of metal debris, and even the burnt remains of what might have been gunners at one point. You can just make out in the distance that this same level of devastation persists all the way up to the vault door. The superstructure itself is pockmarked with and is pockmarked and has great gashes that reveal the rebar underneath. The vault door is open to the elements. An eerie wind breaks the otherwise still intense atmosphere. It carries with it the smell of death and the faint sound of what might be someone shouting coming from the vault.
Rock looks around and goes, "Maybe me and my mutants partied too hard last night."
Possibly, my friend. Possibly.
Sit back
Said
and let
we-
you decide how you react.
We hear somebody yelling from within, it
Yes.
sounds like, possibly.
You're sure it sounds like it possibly could be the sound of somebody yelling from within the vault, yeah. You're not 100% convinced, but you think.
Yeah, Brock's ready to check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
You just approaching
Yeah.
at normal speed, or are you rushing in, or are you approaching stealthily and sneakily?
I say approach carefully.
Yeah, I'm a fan of approaching
Yeah.
here.
Okay, Broxon, as
Definitely
you said you were going first, I'd like you to make a perception sneak, difficulty 2.
Perceptions. I'm gonna spend an action point to get an extra die.
Okay, hang on 2 seconds so that I'll bring your tokens onto the map so that we've got the action point counter. Okay,
Because my perception not good.
so you're down to 5. That's 3 successes and a complication. Would you like to spend luck on the complication, or are we going to take the complication?
I think I am gonna spend the luck. Yeah.
Okay. I had a good complication there for you. It's a good job you did.
Okay.
Oh,
Damn,
fantastic.
Wait,
The die
Fantastic.
don't.
Very
we're
unlucky.
starting off good.
Right, so you've got
Let's
3
see.
successes and I needed 2, so you're back up to 6 action points. But somebody roll me a 1d4, please.
Oops. Missed.
2. So you spot Brock in the ground between you and Vault 95. 2 frag mines in the ground.
Ooh.
That's what you spot. But
Ooh.
with that complication, it was too late for one of them, and it will blow up. So, I roll 2. I need to actually pull up a frag mine. I don't think I've got one. So it just says 6 combat dice, so I can just roll 6 combat dice. Okay, hang on a sec. I need a character sheet to do this from. So yeah, just roll 6 combat dice. Hang on, because I'm just double checking mines. Do they just go off, or do I have to do a check first?
I would assume they just
I
go
imagine-
off.
I think they just go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think yeah. For certain things you have to do like a grenade. You test like a grenade, but for this one, because you got the complication, I'm gonna say that it definitely goes off under your foot actually. So you'll take 5 damage. I'll roll a body part for you. That's one of the
14.
one of the arms, I think, a 14.
That's yes, it is. I'll take 2 less.
So you'll take 3 damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take 3 less. I meant 2 damage.
Oh, you take 2 damage then. Okay. So there is 1 mine remaining. You may point it out
shit.
to your compatriots, your colleagues before they step on it if you want. I'll give you a chance to do that.
Oh yes.
And if somebody wants to disarm it, they can disarm it with a perception explosives at a difficulty 1. Or you can all make me an agility explosives or an agility athletics at difficulty 2 to bypass it. But you would all have to make that test. That, or one of you disarms it.
Anybody good at explosives?
Do.
I know a good way to disarm it. The super mutant should step on it.
Remember, if anybody's got good luck, you can always use your luck instead of your perception. You can always do that.
Let me have a look at my sheet. Hold on. What check would it be?
I know you've got a Mysterious Stranger, so you must have a decent luck. It's Perception, Explosives, difficulty 1.
Perception, explosives. Yeah, I have that on rank 2, so that might actually work. Let me just try it.
You may use. Remember, you've got action points to spend. I think you've got a full 6.
Yeah, spend one to get an extra die. Then we should be pretty good.
I'll spend one.
You need 1 success, and that is 1 success.
Yeah.
You can disarm that mine now. You may add to your inventory a frag mine, because that is a disarmed mine. You can pick that up if you want. Might come in handy later.
Calling a big nod at Brock. Brock doesn't play with bombs. That was his friend's job back in the day.
Can I No, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. Actually, never mind. Never mind. Instead of disarming it, could I make it more lethal? And then tell Brock that it's disarmed and let him walk over it. No, I'm not doing that. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, you've disarmed the mine. Now there's, with your successful perception, there's no more mines in between here and the vault. It was those two just. So Brock, you took the damage from the one, but the second one is disarmed.
Cool.
Nice.
So if you cross what was the minefield and you approach the vault, you find that the large vault door hangs open, revealing a wide staircase down to a security checkpoint. The walls show signs of weapons fire, and the burnt-out slash remains of turrets can be noted in what used to be strategic locations. But what probably matters most is the shouting you are hearing coming from deeper in the vault. It's punctuated by the recognisable sound of energy weapons discharging and the roar of some great beast.
As my thought was, there's a Deathclaw in here.
Oh no.
Let's get on in there.
Yeah, let's move it.
You heading in?
Brock's gonna continue leading the way as the giant meat bag with a stick.
There you go, guys. Brock, you were in front. So, you see these 4 turrets? These are all wrecked. They're all slashed and broken. They're like got big claw marks through them.
Yeah.
And you can see anyone that's on this side, so Turok, you can see. In fact, give me a perception, survival perception with a difficulty 1, everybody.
Okay.
I shouldn't even really make you make a test here, I don't think, to be honest. You can see it. I've not blacked out the map. You can see it, can't you?
Yeah.
Well, maybe nobody does see it.
I mean, it's just probably smoke and everything, but you can hear, like, it's just reverberating through the whole
Did we
building
just roll 8 dice
area.
and get 0 successes, gents?
Yes, that's
Yes.
right.
Okay, I think that even with 0 successes, I think nobody got any complications, so it's a 0 success. 0 successes can be a success in this game. So I'm going to say that you all see the unmistakable sight of a Deathclaw. Now this Deathclaw is tearing at a barrier, and behind the barrier you can see 3 people in what looks like the military fatigues and combat armour and patched together raider armour of what is known as the Gunners. The makeshift barricade will not last long against a Deathclaw, but something's off here. The way the creature's pulling and tearing at certain pieces seems to suggest that it understands how they're interconnected. And though you might be imagining it, you swear you heard it cursing in slurred, broken English as it works.
Oh my.
That how Brock speaks. Brock yells, "Dinner!" Wants to charge and smash this thing.
Would you like to bring up the initiative order sheet, would you?
Is it like, has it seemed like it's taken any damage, or?
At the moment, right, okay, so now you're going to have to make me another perception survival, but this time it's difficulty 2 to look at it and try and assess whether it's injured at that distance, or you could give me perception medicine, difficulty 2.
Okay.
In fact, no, difficulty 2 medicine or a difficulty 3 survival. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Oh, wrong one.
Brock doesn't care how injured it is. Only how delicious.
Well, you declared that you were going to charge in, so you'll get to go first here no matter what the initiative. Suppose I better bring up some NPC initiatives then, eh?
Three successes.
Nice, okay. Hold that thought, because I'm in the middle of putting an initiative up.
Oh no, that's totally fine.
So with that, 3 successes, you can tell that it's uninjured. It is uninjured currently.
Is there anything different from it being then from a normal Deathclaw? Is there something particular about it?
Yeah. You swear that the way that it's taken apart this barricade is methodical and calculated. Like, it's not just tearing up at it, it's like moving the pieces and like slotting them around so that they move out better, and it's like strategically moving them aside. It's the strangest thing.
He looks at it, it's like, this creature seems different from normal Deathclaws I have watched out for at the distance. This one seems like it's more intelligent, and he's looking at the big his big buddy over here. Is like, I don't know. He's trying to think if it's more intelligent than him.
Brock has the fly going. Out.
I haven't marked out zones yet, so let me just quickly do some zones. So I didn't know if you were going to run straight into combat here or not. But we have a mad super mutant, I suppose, so tell me if you think these are reasonable zones. Oops, ignore that last one. So I'm thinking like...
Yeah, I would say that's one zone, and one over here is another zone, like at the doorway. Like that entrance right there, and going up.
I feel like, for the most part, hallways are their own zone, so that it's not like for you to get to the next room.
Yeah.
That all looks good to me.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess we go somewhere else.
If it goes any further than any of that, we'll work it out.
Yeah, that looks good.
Give me a sec, I'll just put them all on the map player. There we go. Done. We have zones. Okay, Rock, you are starting the initiative. You may do your thing.
He's gonna get on up there.
That is...
Be like, "Tasty Deathclaw, you die now!"
Sick. I love it. This is not... I should have thought about this with Brock being in the group, but this is not how I thought the initial Deathclaw Gunners thing would go, but this is fun. I like this. Do it. Let's do it.
I'll spend an action point to an extra dice.
Okay. You have 4 left. That's 2 successes. You only need the 1, so you're up to 5.
Extra damage.
Ooh, 7 with 2 vicious
Ooh.
and 2
And
piercing.
piercing.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it'll be 9 damage with piercing 2.
What body part?
Only one way to find out.
Ooh, that's a chest, isn't it? Or an arm.
So,
Yes, that's the chest.
So what is that? What is
Yeah.
that? An arm?
That's
No,
torso.
it's chest.
Torso.
It's the chest.
It's the
Ooh,
torso.
that's a wound too.
And
isn't it?
it's, well, no, because watch this. It's got a physical damage resistance of 6. So we ignore 2 of that because of the 2 piercing. So it's 9 versus 4. That does 5 damage. That is a wound. Am I right? Is that the right numbers?
Yeah, 5 is the
Yep.
range.
So but are all my numbers correct? So you've got 7 damage with 2 vicious, so that's 9 damage.
Yes.
And you've got 9 versus my physical damage reduction of 4, because I've got a 6, but you got 2 piercing. So it's 5 damage, yeah?
Checked out.
That is a wound, and that was on the arm. Okay, let me just remind myself what
It was on the torso.
it was on the torso. Right, okay, that's the good that's the good one. That's what you want. Let me just quickly pull that up.
You stun it. That'd be funny as hell. You
No,
stun
that's
it.
the head. Torso's better. Torso's even better, mate.
I know. I was just joking.
Torso.
It's like, you stunned it.
Torso is... You begin bleeding heavily, and at the end of each of your subsequent turns, you suffer 2 dice physical damage, ignoring all your damage resistances. Eternal bleeding, basically. Internal bleeding.
Oh.
Very
Hey, you wanna
nice.
swing again?
Very nice. It's...
Yes.
Would you like to swing again? You have the action points.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I was gonna say I think I'm gonna spend 3 action points to do second with an extra dice again.
Yep. So you need 2 successes, but you're spending the extra dice. Okay. That's 0 successes.
Damn.
Okay,
Man.
Turok, it's your turn.
Barely by 1.
Yeah, what off?
So it's like he's just sitting there. It's like, not to be it's funny, but it's like, it's like the Juggernaut charging somebody and this bit slapping somebody. He just sitting there. It's like, wait a minute, and understand about super mutants. He's like, he's still like kind of like enhancive about it, but he moves about here. His dog he keeps right about here, and he has his gun pointed at the creature, but he's going to stop at the moment and try to see what happens.
Also, Brock, I forgot to give you the bonus from a sneak attack. You would have got the bonus from a sneak attack, which would have been 1 less difficulty on the initial attack, wouldn't it?
I guess so. I didn't even think I was sneaking him. But,
which would make the second... I mean, I'm still surprised. Which would make the second one 2 successes, but you still never rolled any, so it doesn't affect anything. That's fine. Okay.
So, because if it is a sneak attack, because my weapon has vicious already, I get 2 extra damage dice.
Ah. So
I'm gonna throw those real quick.
Yeah. So it takes another 2 damage. So it takes 7 damage. Okay.
Does it include the vicious?
3 more. Yeah, it's 3 more damage, and then
another one's vicious. Yeah. So it's another one. Okay.
It's got another piercing too, so it'll ignore 1 more of his armor.
Shit. He did a total of 9 damage after all the effects. Okay.
Damn.
Now it is the Deathclaw's turn. Now the Deathclaw is going to turn round from its destroying this barricade. It's going to turn round and it's going to go. It's going to look at you. It looks at you, Brock, and says, "My, aren't you an angry fellow?" And it swings its claw at you.
Oh, the dude believe English.
1 success.
Wow, it's one little better than.
Many action
Big man.
points as your games master got. I've got 8 action points. I might roll some extra dice here since you almost took me out of the game.
I have 2 defense.
I can. Oh, you have 2 defense, so that doesn't hit you.
It's true.
Oh.
Damn.
Damn.
Brock stares at this thing and says, "Shut up, dinner!"
He comes like, medium love hug, ha ha. I'm glad Big Man's on our side.
Wow, that's his turn. Okay. Can the GM spend action points to take an extra turn? I think I can, eh?
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
it.
I don't see why you
I'm gonna
couldn't.
spend my. That's your supply. I'm gonna spend 2 to go down to 6, and then I'm gonna spend 3 to roll 2 extra dice.
So I have a question. When you hit him, does it have to have 3 successes instead of 2 now?
He'll need 3 now.
He'll need
'cause-
3 now. Yeah, that's why I'm rolling the extra dice.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm just trying to learn these new rules.
It's got yes. Now it's action points for melee damage, isn't it? I'm gonna spend all 3.
Did you have to have 3 to hit him?
Yeah. Because my defense goes up 1
Oh,
because it's his second.
was it 3 I needed to hit you that time?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. No way. You son of a bitch. Right, so I miss you again.
Ellie.
I miss you again. That sucks. Right, so I'm taking back the 2 action points that I just spent on damage. Those I'll take back. Okay, that's the Deathclaw's turn then. So the gunners are unable to shoot at it from behind this barricade. They don't have a shot, so they're going to plead for help. They're going to be like, help us! Please help us! It's going to kill us. It's going to be through the barricade any second. And there's 2 men and 1 woman, by the way. But all of them are going to spend their turns just backing away. They can't do anything while the barricade's there. The barricade doesn't look like it'll last very long. If the Deathclaw was to turn around and go back at it, it has turned around and is attacking Brock now, but if it was to go back at the barricade, it wouldn't last long. In fact, I'm going to say that they are going to stay behind the barricade and try and push more things up to it and try and make it more secure. That's what they're going to do, because they're going to see Brock come in and do the thing. So, that brings us to Lorelei.
They're like, oh no, the Deathclaws are gone just to be replaced by mutants.
That brings us to Lorelei then.
Yeah.
I can't believe I
Lorelei,
missed you. I can't believe I
go
missed you, you big super
here.
mutant. I'm pissed off. I'm going to have to get you
Defense
some
of 2. That's fucking crazy.
Did
That's
have
awesome.
three.
agility 9, does
Yeah,
that?
and I just have my gun ready just in case.
Okay, you can take a shot, but
that
it
was
would make
first.
it difficulty 2 because of the super mutant in the way.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'll take a shot.
Is that the right ruling? I don't know how else to do it.
I don't think that there is a thing for being in the way.
Yeah.
But bring it up 1 if you want.
You've got a fairly big... No, tell you what, because the Deathclaw is such a big target, even the big target, even the super mutant being in front of you, there's enough left of the Deathclaw that I don't think it's going to increase your difficulty to hit. I'm going to give you it on difficulty 1, yeah, difficulty 1.
Now, how many AP do we have left here?
You have 2.
2. So I'm going to spend 1 for an extra die.
Okay. That's 1 success.
Okay. Well, I guess that's all I needed. Then damage.
Damage.
Additional dice.
And a body part.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Roll a body
So
part.
even with the soak, that still hurts.
Also, I forgot to roll 2 damage dice for the internal bleeding on this thing. At the end of its turn. So it takes 2 from internal bleeding.
Ooh.
Right, Brian, give me a body part for that. D20. Nice roll, by the way.
Thank you.
17 is one of the legs.
17.
So that is 8
Yeah. Right leg.
with 1 piercing.
Left leg.
So it
Yeah.
has got a resistance of 6 physical. So you ignore 1 with piercing 1. So it's got 5 physical resistance. What did you give it? 8. So it takes 3
Gave it
damage. It takes 3. Okay.
That's still amazing damage, even just to get through it.
Yeah, because it's got 6
Yeah.
resistance. To get through 6 resistance and get any damage
That's a bit of
is
damage.
impressive, yeah. There are 2 action... No, there's 1 action point. So unless you'd like to take a minor action, an extra minor action.
No, I'm good.
Okay, remember to take the bullets off your character sheets.
Yes.
Grandslam, we are back to you. No, yeah, we are, because you get an extra turn from going first. So yeah, it's you, and then it's you in the initiative. Sorry, yes, it is you. I'm glad we went for the Attack the Deathclaw Act 1. That's a quality way to do an Act 1, like.
That was an awesome fucking thing. I would love to see that in the video game.
I'm not gonna do any extras.
2 successes, you get an action point with that. You are currently on 2.
That's cool.
Oh no!
Oh, a Deathclaw's defense is 2, by the way. I made a mistake. You need 2 to hit a Deathclaw.
Oh.
Or this one you do anyway. So we'll not worry about any previous mistakes, but we'll go from there, right? That is a hit for 6 damage. Yeah, what body part?
I'm gonna re-roll 3 of these with luck.
With luck, right? Okay. Yeah, Deathclaw has a defense rating of 2, by the way. Oh, nice. So you can do 10 damage.
Oh.
Against its torso.
Yep.
So with a defense of 6, with a physical damage reduction of 6, you get 4 of it goes through. Wow. It's pretty hard, like it looks on death's doorstep. You have 1 action point. Okay, Nappa, it's your turn.
Okay, so I am going to go from here to here, and I am going to check this door and whether or not it opens.
This door here, behind you?
Yeah, the one behind you.
It does open. Give me perception, survival, difficulty 1.
We got 1 action point. Nah.
Okay. Anything else?
If it opens, can I just go in?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Bang!
I go in.
I'm joking.
Like, oh my god,
Bang!
he lost his crotch.
Right, okay. Going into a room will count as a zone, by the way. So the corridor's one zone, a room is another. Okay, Turok.
Shit, he's literally seeing fire, and he's like, damn, I hate to see this creature die, but unfortunately for what it is, it has to be taken down. He's gonna take a shot.
So it has a defense rating of 2, so you need 2 to hit it. That was my mistake earlier. It's not going to change.
Oh, no, that's
it's
totally
not going
fine.
to change the outcome of this that I made the mistake, so I'm not worried about it.
Oh, that's fine. He's gonna
We're
try
co-
a shot and see what
We're
happens.
coming at the same point narratively. That is 2 successes. You may roll me some damage, sir.
Alright, and I'm gonna use 2 extra bullets. Give me extra 2 dice. Because, you know, he knows this thing's hard to hit.
Oof.
And 2 is not gonna do anything.
That's
so
not
it
going
just
to do.
goes-
Well, give me a body part.
Sure, give me 1 second.
It's an arm. It's not going to do anything. Okay, bear with me a second. So, the Deathclaw is going to look at you again. Brock, and he's going to go, "You brute! You've killed me, you brute! How cruel!" And then he attacks you with his claws. Have I got any action points? I've got 2. I am buying 1 extra dice. I'm going to get you.
Oh, that's
Yes!
that's good.
That gives me an action point back. Yes. Okay. So I am going to spend my 2 action points. Is it 2 action points buys me 2 dice, doesn't it?
Yeah, for damage.
Yeah. Hopefully I can hurt you back. Yes. What body part's that? It's one of the arms, I think.
That's true.
So 7 with piercing.
Yeah, that's enough to get through all my thing.
And it's how much damage is it? Is it 5 or more?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. It
Ooh.
gets through all of mine.
So that's a wound on your arm, isn't it?
Oh yes.
Ooh, yes, yes. Okay, and I don't have action points, so that's me. The gunners are going to... They're going to spend some time repairing the barricade.
Gets to bleed a little bit.
Sorry?
He gets the bleed damage.
Oh yeah, he gets the bleed damage first, you are right. You're right, the bleed damage. Takes
Oh,
one.
there's another one.
Oh, you rotter! I'm going to die!
And it dies.
Nope.
Damn.
The gunners, what they're actually going to do is
Not yet.
they're going to get... Say there was 5 rounds left on the barricade before. They managed to put it back up to 6 now. With the distraction, with the Deathclaw no longer ripping it apart, they've actually made their barricade stronger than it was when you arrived. Lorelei, it's your turn.
It looks like the big man needs healing.
Yeah.
It's true.
Big man's well injured.
Especially the wound.
If you could take away my injury, that would be all I really need. I just need that injury away so that I can hit him again and finish him off.
Yep.
Yeah, the only thing is I have no first aid kit.
You can still,
I got stim pack.
you can still do medicine without a
I got-
first aid kit.
You still
Yeah.
can? Okay. Then I'll come up to the big guy.
You do a
Tell
medicine
Mr.
check.
Handy to go there.
Intelligence
Have,
medicine.
have Mr. Handy assist,
Nice.
because that's what he can do.
It's an intelligence medicine test with a difficulty equal to the number of injuries it has, which is 1. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And the assist from Mr. Handy gives me what?
Look at me learning the rules.
He rolls his own intelligence medicine.
He rolls
and
intelligence
if he gets
medicine 1 dice.
Okay. Let me get Fred up here.
So he rolls as an assist, so 1 dice. Is that right?
yes.
It's only 1 dice. Yeah. Might be interesting.
Ooh, 2 successes.
Yeah, but it rolled 2 dice. How do I tell it to roll 1?
Top left button.
I just put the wrong one.
Oh, this one. Okay, hold on.
Yep.
You have him lead and you assist him.
Yeah, you just assist him now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Madame, let me help you with this.
That's a way to resolve that.
There it is. That's better. No, he doesn't assist, so it's just my straight roll.
You only need 1
Oh.
success.
Yeah, you only needed 1, so.
You have 1 action point.
got- My arm feels better.
Yeah, I'll spend it to get the extra die.
There you go, you gained your action point
Okay.
back.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, Grandslam, it's your turn.
No, we got 2 hands now.
Yeah. Brock goes, "Ow! You hurt arm! You die now!" We just have 1 AP, right?
1.
Alright,
Yeah, well.
no dice then.
Ooh.
That's 3
Oh.
successes.
Ooh.
So you gain an action point.
Ooh, and that's
7 with
Uh,
vicious and piercing 1.
10 damage with piercing.
10 with 3 piercing. So 7. No, aye. So on his head.
Oh, that's the head.
Yeah,
3 to 8 or so.
you destroy it. You take it out. You take its last hit point. You can describe how that goes down if you like. how that goes down.
That's gonna be brutal.
Tell me what
That's
that
gonna be
looks
brutal.
like if you want.
Rock just gives him like the big old final smash in the chest, and it falls over. He like puts his foot up on him, like big game hunter style. And goes, "Dinner's on me, boys."
I yell over to Grandslam. It's like, hey, you might get a new head out of it. Well, I mean, it's I guess we're having Deathclaw tonight.
Sounds like it.
Let me just check what the scavenge on a Deathclaw is.
Survival endurance, usually.
Scavengers can butcher a dead Deathclaw with a successful endurance survival test with a difficulty of 1, and that will yield 2 DC potions of Deathclaw meat, so 2 dice of potions of Deathclaw meat. Somebody wants to make a successful endurance survival test with a difficulty of 1, you may get some Deathclaw meat.
I think
I can do that.
I've got pretty good survival endurance too. My target number is 11. One of us can assist.
10.
Yeah, I'm gonna assist. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna assist with you.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 1 extra dice. Am I? We only need 1 success.
Yes, 1.
Think so?
1 success.
I think I'll still use the extra dice. Then everybody else can help me.
You got 4 successes.
It's like,
So you gain 3 action points. You're up to 5. Or did you spend an action point there, so you're up to 4? Okay, roll me 2 damage dice. You gain 1 Deathclaw meat.
nice.
I guess one of us gets dinner. Unless the Deathclaw steak takes 2 Deathclaw meat.
All right, so when do you start looting?
We just immediately start carving up this Deathclaw while those guys are behind the boxes.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you guys want to stay back there? There might be more coming in. And start looking around. I was like, hey, what do we find?
Yeah, we steal all their stuff and leave while they stay there.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, with the death of the talking Deathclaw, it brings us nicely to the end of Act 1. So, I'd like to take a very short break. Is that alright?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
that sounds good.
Sweet.
Enough to get a drink.
Okay, so that was the end of Act 1. You've killed the talking Deathclaw. You now find yourselves in Vault 95 on the other side of a temporary barricade between you and 3 gunners. Oh, thanks for helping us out there. And they're looking at you, Lorelei. Is he with you? And they point at the super mutant.
Oh yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about him.
He just killed that Deathclaw. Is he's not gonna kill us, is he?
No, he's gonna be fed from it.
Roll to slap this thing on, he says as he waves his Deathclaw meat around.
He's fed. As long as he's fed with that,
He's happy. he got his meal. He's okay.
Okay, the woman speaks. She'll say, "I'm Victoria. Thanks for helping us out. Look, help us take this barricade down, and we can talk properly. Okay?"
Sure. I mean, probably you can ask Brock. Hey, Brock, can you smash through? He's like, blam.
Nah, we work it out.
Okay. Is anyone talking to Victoria? Victoria will introduce her friends Joseph and Bailey. The 2 men.
So you're not from this vault, are you?
No, this is our vault. We were many more, but a pack of Deathclaws attacked. We held out. We managed to hold out here. And most of them left, and there was just that one. And there's reinforcements are on the way, But yeah, thank you. We might have died if and not made it to the reinforcements if it weren't for you. I've got a radio, and our leader Samson, he's got good and bad news for us. So the bad news is there's the pack of Deathclaws. They are on their way back here to Vault 95. But the good news is that there's gunners from all over the Commonwealth coming to help us fight them off. If you help us shore up this place and get our defences right and help us fight off those Deathclaws, we would reward you with rewards greater than your wildest dreams.
Lady, you speak Brock language.
But see, I don't believe her that she's from this vault.
So the story of Vault 95 is that it used to be a functioning vault and hasn't been for some time. So this hasn't been a functioning vault for some time, and it has been under the control of the gunners. So the gunners did have control of this vault, and if you've been in this area, you would know that. And you're in the settlement closest to Vault 95, so you would know that the gunners have actually, in recent months, the gunners have had control of this vault.
Okay.
Do they keep it tidy in here?
No. It's a mess. There's trash all over the place. There's still
You damn surface dwellers need to learn how to use a mop.
There's dead bodies all over the place. There's bullet holes and everything. It's a real mess. There's been a massive fight here as well. There's death and blood and...
Oh, yeah. I forgot that also just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just in this zone where you've just had that fight. There are also other sites like it where there's blood stains and claw marks up the walls, and the 4 turrets at the front are absolutely smashed to bits. Maybe not beyond repair.
So I could go have a look and see if I could repair them.
So, Brock, you're already on board with trying to help the gunners, right?
Oh yeah, he thinks that this is an all-you-can-eat buffet coming here. It sounds great.
Lorelei's talking about fixing the turret, so what about the other two? What do you think? Are you trying to help some gunners?
I'm only interested in stealing tech, so I don't care as long as I'm undetected and doing what I need to do. As long as they don't interrupt what I'm trying to do, I'm not siding with them. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not gonna go into combat with them.
Yeah, okay.
If they're, don't notice me stealing everything.
Turok is like, he holsters his 9mm and he's like, I wouldn't mind helping, but he pats his gun and says, "You have anything better than this to use to fight them?"
So they'll tell you, they have got, I think it's combat rifles. Standard gunners, they have combat rifles. Combat rifle or laser gun, a gunner has.
It's like if you got a combat rifle with some ammo to spare, I'll definitely take one.
I don't have a spare one, I'm afraid. I've got this one. So the two guys have got combat rifles and the woman's got a laser gun, let's say.
How much time do we have before Deathclaws and reinforcement get here?
No, not long. I mean, we don't know why a group of Deathclaws attacked us, and we don't know why they left again. But apparently they're on their way back. Samson's been on the radio and he says that they are on the way back.
Well, it's like, do you have any mines or anything we can use out there?
Yeah, we have some mines. So there are some things you guys can do to shore up the defences, right? So one of them would be mines. So if somebody can make me, is it perception explosives?
Yeah.
I think it's, if somebody makes me a perception explosives,
yeah, perception explosives
with difficulty of 1, they'll let you set up some mines outside the vault. Obviously, Victoria will have to get back on her radio to tell her leader Samson that there are mines outside the vault and where they are located.
Okay.
Any other ideas what you would all like to do? You can roll me that, Max, if you want.
Here's Brock wants to grill up this Deathclaw meat.
You want to grill up some Deathclaw meat? Okay, no problem. Go for it.
We know what Brock's doing.
Somebody could, and I could, depending on how long steak cooking takes and for people to show up, we should just see if there's any useful things in here.
Yep.
Like we should check out the facility.
You would
for
like to do
stuff.
scavenging? Okay, so we've got Turok's going to do mines. Lorelei, you were going to have a look at the turrets.
I'm going to try to repair the turrets.
Okay, and we're going to have Brock's going to do scavenging. Would Nappa like to do anything?
Scavenging.
So we'll have two of you scavenging. Max will have you doing mines, and Lorelei will have you doing the turret. So Max, can you make me a roll first? I just want.
I'm gonna spend an AP.
Okay.
The AP is a better chance. Actually, I can roll something.
That is one success. That's all I needed from you. So you managed to set up some mines outside the vault. Okay.
Okay.
Next, let's do Lorelei. Lorelei, you want to attempt to fix the turrets. So, what I'll say is, it's going to be intelligence and repair, or intelligence science, whatever works. It's intelligence repair. It's intelligence repair. There's a difficulty of 4, but what that means is, if you get a 4, you repair all 4 turrets. If you get a 3, you get 3. If you get 2, you get 2. If you get 1, you get 1. Okay?
I see where you're going with this.
You have action points. You have 3 currently.
I'm going to spend 1 to get an additional die.
Okay.
And Fred is going to assist me.
Okay.
So let's actually do him first. And he is repair. So there's this. Got a success on his assist roll.
Very nice.
So what does that give me again?
That's just your first success.
Okay, so that's my first success.
Yep.
Then I gotta do the rest.
You can do. If you get another 3, you can manage to repair all 4 turrets.
The additional die. I'm going to use that some luck to re-roll that 20.
Okay.
Maybe chance to actually,
Bring luck down. 20. That. Go.
1 success. So that's a total of 3 successes with no complications. So you managed to get 3 of the turrets.
4 with the with Fred's assist.
4 with Fred's, yeah. So,
yeah.
Well done, Lorelei. You, with your robot assistant, managed to get these 4 turrets back into full working order, and that is going to give you some level of advantage when these Deathclaws inevitably attack. That's going to make the front line of the defense much more efficient and much more deadly. Okay, so we've done mines and we've done turrets. So these are going to affect the coming battle. Now, the word of warning, the coming battle, I am not going to run the full battle, the pack of all the Deathclaws, all the gunners from the Commonwealth, etc. We're going to focus on one section, and that's going to be our section of that battle, and we're going to play that out. But the fact that you've done these 4 turrets and the mines outside, that sways the overall chance of the battle going in the way of the gunners. So next we were going to do some scavenging. Now I haven't prepared what's going to be in each room and everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just do some tables. I'm going to do...
I'm going to have Brock cook up his Deathclaw steak real quick.
You're cooking.
Takes 20 minutes. Takes 20 minutes and I generate 3 action points doing it.
I'm going to give you a roll on each of these tables. And I've just brought up a load of tables, right? So it's going to be the way we always do it. You can have 1 initial roll for free on each of these tables, and if you want a second roll, you can spend an action point to have a second roll. Now I've got quite a lot of tables here that I would like to do, but this is a big old vault. Now these gunners are saying that this is their weapons, this is their chems and everything, but if you guys are willing to help them in this battle against the Deathclaws, they're willing to share. So I'm going to give you one roll on each of my rollable tables that I have ready here. I've got about 15 tables ready, so someone else is going to take these notes. I'm not doing this, someone else can do this, right?
Okay.
So the two of you are scavenging. No, it's only Nappa scavenging, wasn't it? Grandslam, you're doing cooking, aren't you?
I got 20 minutes of cooking to do.
20 minutes
Yeah,
cooking.
but
Okay, Chris,
I
so
was
you're
gonna rest after that.
you're rolling these for now then, Chris. So we'll do household. The least exciting ones are first. So let's do household items 1. Give me one roll. It's 1d20. So 9 is some chalk. Roll 1d20 for household items 2, unless you would like to spend an action point and roll on that again. 1 on household items 2 is cutlery. Knives, forks, spoons, and sporks. Would you like to roll again? No. Household items 3. Give me 1 dice. 1d20. 17 is a tea or coffee cup. And give me 1 on household items 4. 16 is a wooden toy. Okay, now random food table. Give me 2d20. 5 is a carrot, non-irradiated, so you find a clean carrot. Would you like to roll again on food, or shall we move on? Next is beverages. 2d20. 17 is beer. Beer has combat benefits. So remember that. Next, 2d20. This is ammunition. 16 is flamer fuel. Give me 6 damage dice.
Damage dice, right?
6 damage dice. It's 12 plus this for how much you find. Wow, so you find 18 flamer fuel.
Damn.
I think, looks like Jeff's taking notes for you, Chris.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay,
Everything's so far.
random, unless you would like to roll on that again with an action point, it's random armor next, 2d20. 6 is, ooh, a power armor frame.
Oh my. I mean, just the frame itself.
Nice.
Just the frame, but that's the first thing you need. You can't build power armor without one.
Oh, does it have a fusion cell, though?
No. No fusion cell. Okay, so that was the armor table. Would you like to spend an action point and roll on that one again?
Any action points do we have?
I'll have to find them now. Bear with me. You have 2.
I earned 3 when I
Fuck
didn't.
it, let's do one more. So
Okay.
another 2d20.
Yep. $13 is Raider Power Armor Piece. Roll me a location dice. That's a leg, isn't it? Is that right or left leg?
That is
Left leg.
You found a Raider Armor left leg.
Right next to the armor. I'm like, ooh.
Raider Armor left. So you found in one of the rooms you found a Power Armor frame with a Raider Armor left leg on it. What a find, Chris. What a find. Okay, so you've spent an action point, so you can't roll on that again. Next, it's random thrown and explosive weapons. Give me 2d20. 26 is... Give me 1 damage dice. These might come in handy. Uh, 2 plus 1, so 3 baseball grenades.
Grand slam. Dink.
You've got 1 action point. Would you like to roll again? Bear in mind, you've still got clothing, chems, guns, ammunition, weapons to all come.
Ah, that's all right.
Okay. So next is clothing. It's 2d20.
5.
Okay. 5 is Brotherhood of Steel Hood, which you've already got one of.
Oh,
So now I've got 2 of
You've
those.
got 2 of those now. Okay. Would you want to spend your last action point to roll on that one again?
No.
Next is Ken's.
We got
2d20.
2. We got 3 more action points when I cooked.
Do you?
I got 3.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's way up there, but
Okay.
it's there.
Ah, yeah, I'll trust you. Okay, so you've got 4 action points currently. 2d20 on Chems was that you just rolled that 5? Or is that a new roll or is that an old roll?
No. Old roll.
Okay.
That was the hood.
18 is a healing salve.
oh, that's always useful.
Okay, you actually have 4 action points. Would you like to roll on Chems again?
We might. What categories are left? Weapons.
Chems. There's random grog. Oh no, there's Chems, ranged weapons part 2, melee weapons, and there's 2 other ones that I'm not telling you what they are. They're a surprise.
Right. So.
And you're not. In fact, my
everyone
surprise
bought
ones.
loads of chems.
My surprise ones.
Yeah.
I'm not going to allow you a second roll on the surprise ones. You're not getting a second roll on those ones.
Fuck it, we'll continue on anyway.
Right.
Maybe the weapons is
Moving on.
worth the.
Okay, random guns and bullets issue. So this is one of the surprises ones. This is a magazine. I want you to roll 1d20. You find 17 is Plasma, the weapon of tomorrow. So you find a book, and this gives you a temporary buff. One attack with a plasma weapon gains the vicious damage effect if it didn't already have it. So that's what you can do with Plasma, the weapon of tomorrow. Okay, next one. I'll tell you what it is after you roll it. This is my other surprise one. 1d20. 8 is... It's an issue of Grognak the Barbarian, and it's in the bosom of the Corsair Queen. One successful melee attack you make automatically inflicts a critical hit. Might be worth giving that to the super mutant.
I don't think it would be very Brotherhood of Steel
To give it to
for
him,
me
fair
to give
enough, yeah.
anything to a fucking super
Good
mutant.
point. Okay, so that was in the bosom of the Corsair Queen from Grognak the Barbarian issues. Okay, next it's Range Weapons Part 1. 2d20. Range weapons. So this is one table. I've just got 2 pieces of thing. 2d20. 12 is a syringer.
Wow. Found syringe bullets in the other game.
Yeah, I was just about to
And
say.
you've got ammunition
It's
for it
funny
in the other
because
game.
we've got so much fucking ammo for a syringer, but we don't have a syringer.
In the other game, aye. Okay, so would you like to spend... This is your second last one. You've got this and then melee weapons. Would you like to spend an action point for another roll on that?
Yes, please.
Okay, go for it. 31
Ooh, that's even
is
better.
an Institute laser pistol.
Ooh. I'm gonna be a little better than what you're using, bud.
And your last
Yep.
scavenge table is going to be the melee weapons table. Give me 2d20. 29
29.
is Knuckles. So if you're going to use that Institute laser pistol, remember to find its stats in the book and copy it into your character sheet.
And let's use another action point on that. See
One
if we
more
get
on that
something.
one? Okay. 19
Ooh,
is
19.
a switchblade.
Shite.
I mean, they had some nasty effects with a switchblade.
So that is your scavenging done. Write it all. I think Jess wrote it all down. But anything that's gonna get used. Oh, you've wrote it all there, right? So anything that's gonna get used, put it onto your character sheets, folks.
Who said I'm fucking sharing? No one else fucking scavenged.
Good point.
What? I say we didn't get a chance.
I was busy
That's like-
repairing, so
Brock
Yeah,
told me on cooking.
Imagine you're not
if
gonna
I
let.
can change some-
Imagine you're not gonna let anyone else have the power armor, are you?
No one's getting the power armor. I'm not gonna eat fucking food that a fucking super mutant has made. You know, like, I know that a lot of this equipment might help people. I would probably give the baseball grenades away as long as they agreed not to give them to the super mutant.
Rock no pitcher.
And then the Brotherhood of Steel, who I would give to someone who impresses me.
Are you gonna use the power armor?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to add it on a character sheet? Because I've not done that before.
Ooh,
They not need a fusion cell to actually get it to work
You would
anyway,
actually, yeah,
so,
you can't use it. You don't have a fusion cell. That's right.
you just have it in
Fusion
fucking...
core, sorry. Yeah, you don't have a fusion core, so you can't use it.
well, at least you know it's there.
Your character's got it for future. It's cool. Okay, so we've done some scavenging. Brock cooked and has eaten, I imagine, so you'll have healed as well and don't have to worry about eating again today. And
Gonna eat it. Arrive to have my bonus for the next scene.
Yep.
Unless if you want to just count all that now as he takes it.
Lorelei has fixed 4 turrets.
He'll read his comic while drinking his beer and eating his Deathclaw steak.
And Turok has replenished the minefield outside. So the next few hours will be spent checking the turrets last minute, pacing up and down the halls, making sure all the gunners as they arrive are in their right positions. You'll notice the gunners arrive in groups. They have assaultrons with them. Dozens, maybe over 50 gunners. A dozen assaultrons arrive. And they all take up different positions to defend different parts of the vault. We will put... I think what we'll do is we will... Yeah, so we've got to concentrate on one area of the fight, and that's our scene. So what I think we'll do is... The majority of the battle will happen outside. So the gunners will spring a trap on Turok's minefield. So, as soon as the mines go off, the gunners will spring up from behind their cover, bang, 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 and the assaultrons will bang, bang, bang. So 90% of the battle rages outside the vault. And then a few of the Deathclaws will make it through the minefield, make it through the gunners, and we're going to have a fight in the main entranceway of the hall, I think. So, let me get some Deathclaws.
Shit. I'm like, oh.
Let's do 2 Deathclaws. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to open up... There's a machine gun turret Mark II. If you go down into the turret section in the journal, what I can do is I can edit this and I can put it in all players' journals and give all players control. You should be able to roll attacks from the turret now.
Okay.
You should be able to roll turret attacks now. What I'm also going to do is...
Oh, there it is.
Go to the map, put these on the token layers. So you can click on them and I can click on them for initiative.
Okay, I can see the NPC. Okay.
Yeah,
Mark
I
1
got
or
it.
Mark 2s?
Are we just each gonna get 3 turret on our turn?
Yeah, I think so. No, well the turret, no, because the turret will go on a certain initiative, but I think you can all just roll one on the turret's turn. I need to open up character sheet, so I need a Deathclaw open up. I will need an Assaultron opened up. And then we'll need a Gunner opened up.
Man, you're gonna have a whole screen full of stuff.
Yep. Now, the scenario guides me on how many gunners and how many assaultrons per Deathclaw, so bear with me while I just reference that. I decided we're going to fight 2 Deathclaws. Instead of 1, we're going to fight 2, I think. So, let me just check how many gunners and assaultrons we want to have.
Okay.
So,
I'm sure these guys down here are fighting with us instead of hiding back there.
yep. So I'm going to drop one of these, and I'm going to put the leader, Deathclaw, in. I don't know what.
Damn.
I brought out the wrong one. So let me just double check something. So it's all right. Okay.
I was like, oh shit.
This thing has 31 hit points, not 20.
God, that's like, how is Brock looking?
Oh, he's fine.
Okay.
My Deathclaw state gives me just enough hit points back, but somebody could have healed me up to full in like 2 seconds anyway.
I'm sure Lorelei would have probably done that.
What I could do with is more space on this map. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Yeah, I can just add some white space. It's fine. So it's not going to look the best, but I want to put some extra space on the map just so that we can have the Deathclaws approaching, you know?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
That's understandable.
Don't know how to make that look tidier. Doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world, is it? So, for every Deathclaw, we have... What does it say? Oh, I've lost it. Two gunners and 1 assaultron for every Deathclaw. Okay, so let's pull out some more characters.
Man, it's like, it's like, oh, it's like, hey, have fun, guys. I'm gonna stay back here and give some sniping help. And you're
So 2 gunners and assaultron, plus 2 more gunners and 1 more assaultron, plus you guys, plus Joseph, Bailey, and Victoria against the boss and 1 more Deathclaw. Yeah, that can be our boss fight. How do you like that, guys? Fancy that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Turok, you want a rifle?
yes, I would take a rifle. Love to have a rifle.
Okay, I'll give you my assault rifle because I'm using my hunting rifle.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure to give it back.
Yeah. I only have 10 rounds for it, but you know it's something. Something with range.
Oh, that's. So, what's this assault rifle? Is that different from a combat rifle?
It's the combat rifle.
Okay.
Okay. I think, oh no, I've still got some gunners initiatives and assaultron initiatives to do. Oh, I've got these guys as well, but they're all on 13.
So
Almost done, boys. Almost done. Now gunner initiative.
Oh no, you're fine.
And an
I'm gonna
assaultron
roll
initiative.
1d4, by the way, because reading the stats for the power armor, I need to figure out which variant it was.
No,
So,
it was radar power armor.
yeah, but Raider power armor has 4 variants.
Oh, okay.
So, it says roll a d4 to figure out which one it is.
Right, okay, so what level of quality it is?
Okay, so it was... that was a 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Raider Brute.
Okay. You can't
Oh,
use it. You've not
nice.
got a fusion core anyway, so you can't use it.
Yeah, but it's just so that it's on the sheet.
For future, yeah. Okay, 1 second.
I'm glad we have that many meat shields. I'm glad we got that many meat shields.
So-
Rock. Not a meat shield yet. He's squish. He's nothing.
So due to Turok's minefield, there are only a couple of Deathclaws left. There's a bit of a battle raging on outside, but the leader has made it through with another Deathclaw in tow. But you have the help of half a dozen or 7 gunners and 2 assaultrons. And we're going to do a big old battle. So welcome to Act 3. This is the Battle of Vault 95.
Okay.
We
Are you
start...
gonna grab the 3 of those guys up there?
Oh, I'm not completely finished because I haven't put
Okay.
the turrets initiative up 2-6.
Nice.
Okay, look at all those initiatives on this screen.
Damn.
Right, so we're going to start with the machine gun turrets, because as the Deathclaws get closer, the machine gun turrets are going to go off, and then we're going to go into the initiative. So it'll be the machine gun turrets, and then the big Deathclaw, and then Turok, okay? So, the machine gun turrets, you can all roll 1 each. So, you should be able to access the machine gun turret. You can all roll 1 attack each. You need 2 successes to hit a Deathclaw, remember. That's a hit. Turok's gun.
Okay.
So that's 1 hit from Turok.
All right. They can't do the rate of fire because they got nothing.
We'll see
no
what the
rate
other
of
guys
fire,
get
0.
first. Chris and Jeff want to roll me 1 each.
What's
Oh
that?
no,
Oh, I
Chris
rolled.
and Brian, sorry. Brian, if you want to roll for 1 of the turrets for me.
Okay.
And Chris, if you want, you can roll for 1 of the turrets as well. So that's only 1
Okay.
success.
Rolling just the thing.
Just
The,
the gun, machine gun.
guns?
Yeah. It should have an attacks thing where it says machine gun.
Yeah.
That's 1 success. So Max, you can roll damage on a body part. Now, are you aiming at the big one or the normal sized one?
It's gonna shoot the smaller one because that's gonna probably be a lot easier to
Okay.
hit.
I mean, it's still a Deathclaw. It's still big.
Yeah.
It's not like
I'm doing the damage and it's not letting me roll the damage for some reason.
Is it not?
Mm-mm.
Let me just check its character sheet, see if I've done it right. Yeah, it should work. I'll roll it.
That's no problem.
3 with burst and stun. So it's
Okay.
but it's not enough damage to hurt either of them, unfortunately, because of their reductions. So even with the burst, does the stun effect work if it doesn't get through the damage resistance? It doesn't, does it? I don't think it does. Don't think so. Okay.
No.
So the turrets don't do anything at this round. Turok, no, sorry, the big boy is going to come first. And the big boy is going to attack that Assaultron.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
So that's 1 action point gained for the bad guys. Look at that roll. Look at that
Wow.
roll.
Ooh. Ooh.
Does
That's
this...
a
That
good
poor
one.
I'm going to
thing.
check and see if this
That
thing
poor-
has luck. Doesn't have luck.
Creatures don't.
Yeah, creatures don't have luck. Yeah, it doesn't have any luck. So it does no damage. No damage on a Assaultron with that. Fuck me, that is terrible. Okay, and I don't have enough action points for it to go again, so it is Turok's turn.
All right, so Turok's like, holy shit. He sees like literally the biggest fucking, Deathclaw he has ever seen before, and he's like, well, fuck. And he looks at Grim, like, Grim, stay back. He moves right here, gets it in sight, and takes a shot at it with a combat rifle. He borrowed from his friend
Okay.
over there.
Who did you borrow a combat rifle from? Hang on.
I borrowed it from Lorelei.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fine. Sorry. So the gunners didn't give up their ones.
No. He's not.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
just like, yeah, he's just like, ooh, all right. How much AP do we have?
You have 2.
I'm gonna try to spend one and get a chance to see if I can hit it.
Ooh, unlucky, mate.
Nope. Hey, at least I didn't roll a 20. I'm happy about that.
Yep.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Assaultron's turn. There's 2 of them. So the first one is going to be attacking in melee. With its unarmed attack, it has the rotating claw things. I'm not spending an action point because they're on your side. My action points are for the Deathclaws.
Holy shit. This thing's out here. Just points for his Deathclaw.
Okay, so who gains that action point then? You or it? I mean, the
think we
Assaultrons
do,
on your
don't we?
side. The Assaultrons are on your side. You have taken the side of the
Yeah.
Assaultrons, so that is an action point for you. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you all control of the Assaultron sheet. Because if the action points go to you, it should be you guys that are rolling for it. So you guys can now control the Assaultron. And if I go to the gunner sheet, which you'll find in Claws of Crimson, down the bottom, I'm just going to edit that, and you can use that as well. So you can roll the attacks for the gunners. Because if they're on your side and you're getting their action points, you can do the rolling. Fair, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, but somebody else can do that. Somebody
Okay,
that's not me.
so,
in charge of it.
who would like to roll the damage for that Assaultron then? And in fact, I'll roll the first one, well, because it's there. Oh, somebody's already rolled it. Nice, 6 damage. Okay. Give me a hit location.
Absolutely. Does it have any effects, or is this regular, just whatever?
There's no effects on it.
Okay.
That's one of the legs.
Mhm.
Okay, well, this Deathclaw has a physical damage reduction of 6, so it doesn't take any damage.
Damn.
Okay, now the other Assaultron can attack though. So the other Assaultron's going to run in and use its melee attack as well. If somebody would like to roll an attack for an Assaultron.
Anybody want to do it, or?
Yeah, I'll got it.
You got it?
Called not.
I just had to open up the sheet.
That's 1 success, you need 2. Okay.
And
So that's the 2 Assaultrons. It's now the other Deathclaw. So the other Deathclaw is going to run in beside its friend, and it's going to swing at this Assaultron. In fact, no. It's going to just come back here, and it's going to swing at the first turret, actually. That's what it's going to do. So it's going to go, "You blasted machine!" and swings its claws. Yes, it did speak. 2 successes, so I gain an action point.
Hmm.
5 with 1 piercing. How many hit points do these things have? 11, right?
Yeah.
What's their damage resistance? The turret. 1.
there's 1 physical.
1. So that so it ignores the piercing, so it's 5 damage. Machines don't have body parts to be wounded though, so it doesn't get a wound. Wrong one. So So this one will lose 5 hit points. Okay. I have 2 action points, so I'm going to spend them, and it's going to make another attack.
Same turret.
Same turret. Difficulty becomes 2 now, though. That's 2 successes. Five with the ignoring 2, so that's 5 damage goes through. That is enough. Did I do 6 on the last hit or 5? I did 5.
You did 5.
I did 5,
Did
yeah.
5.
So it's got 1 left. Okay, that turret looks like it's just about exploded, but that is the Deathclaw's turn. It is our super mutant, Grandslam.
Damn. Grandslam
Brock.
looks like
It's getting
Marmite.
right in about it. Right in about it.
She's coming up to that big guy.
Nice horns! They'll look great!
I will spend an action point for an extra thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll both of those misses with my beer and my Deathclaw stake.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Unlucky. You have missed.
Yeah, you definitely can't do anything else now. So
Oh, there's only one action point. So Victoria will go next. So Victoria is going to be... Now, I didn't actually position them. They're going to be in more tactical positions. They're going to be lined up like you guys. So Victoria is going to shoot at this one. Victoria has a laser gun. The other 2 have combat rifles. One success only. Victoria doesn't have luck. That's the end of her turn. Lorelei.
Okay. Well, send Fred up for the assist.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I'm not
Yeah,
sending
there
my
we go.
dog up there. I love my dog. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Sending Fred to
I
his
can
death.
repair him.
You can always repair him, yeah.
Yeah, he can repair, but I can't repair my dog. I mean, this is a
True.
freaking death.
Yeah.
I'm like,
True.
Fred is doomed to live.
And they use Captain. Okay.
That's one
Oh,
success.
there's one success.
You'll
was it
need-
you trying to
Yeah.
claw it or just?
You only need one more.
It opened up with the flamethrower.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm going to use that last action point. I
Okay.
gotta try.
That's one
Oh, hey,
success.
that helped.
That's your 2 total that
Yeah.
you need.
Yep.
You may roll damage, sir. And a body part.
Damage first.
4
Ooh.
with piercing 1. So
Yep.
2 piercing 1, so you ignore 2 points of its damage reduction. Okay, what's the body part?
Just tell that body part is
One of its arms.
yes,
So-
left arm.
4 with 2, so you ignore 2 of its damage reduction, so its damage reduction becomes 4, so no damage gets through.
No damage.
Sadly. Joseph's turn. Joseph's going to take a shot with his combat rifle, and Joseph's shooting at this big one. Joseph's going to use his Let Rip, which you can use once per combat. That's, well, he's got to hit first to use that, sorry. No successes.
Oof.
So, Bailey is going to shoot at this one. Bailey's here, yep. No, Bailey's shooting at the little one.
And can they take the aim action first so they get the reroll?
They can actually, yeah. So let me re-roll 1 for him. On Joseph. You're right, they can aim. So Joseph's going to re-roll 1. What was he doing? Small guns agility, yeah. He needs a crit.
Ooh.
Okay, now he doesn't have luck, so he's going to have to take the complication. 1d20. And this is small guns, right? So a 5 on small guns.
Yep.
Wasteful. You fired more than you thought you did. Lose 1 additional shot of ammunition. Okay, that's fine. No problem.
Ooh.
So that's his turn.
That's
But the second guy's going to get his reroll as well. No, the second guy's going to take aim and then take his action. Sorry. So this is now Bailey, who's taking the aim and he's shooting at the smaller one. Oh shit! I just hit cancel on the thing. 2 successes.
ooh.
So he's now going to let rip and he's going to roll the extra 2 damage dice. And he gets 6. Ugh, what's the body part? You know the 6 is the magic number. That's not going to be enough. I just hit the wrong dice.
1.
D20, so it's on the torso. Let me just check something with the Deathclaw.
Hmm.
So torso is the weak spot, so that does ignore the damage resistance. Excellent. So it'll take the 6.
Huh.
Okay. And that was Bailey's turn. So it's the rest of the gunners now. So there are 4 gunners, so you can roll for 1 each. We'll go clockwise. So this one's going first. In fact, I'll just do it left to right. Grandslam, you can roll for him. Jeff, you can roll for this one. We'll do 1 each.
Sorry, I'm not prepared to. I don't see him on the side of my thing. Somebody else.
Do you
can do
not?
it.
Right, no worries. I'll get it. I'll get the first one. Somebody want to get ready to do the second one?
I don't see Gunner on here.
Do you not? That's maybe my bad.
No.
Right, look in the Claws of Crimson section. You should see it.
All I see is the Sultran. I don't see.
Yeah,
the
that's all I
Sultron.
see.
Ah, yeah, I've done it. I've done it wrong. That's my bad. I'm so sorry, guys.
You good?
You should see him now.
There you go. Yes.
There we go.
There we go. Sorry. So yeah, if you don't mind, Jeff, we'll do 1 each. Now they've got a combat rifle or a laser thing. So okay, 1 success is not enough.
He did his Amy boy.
So all right. So yeah, reroll 1. Also, they all get let rip once as well if you do get a hit. That's a success. So that's 2 successes. So you gain an action point. You're up to 1. Now you may let rips. You may add 2 damage dice.
I'm going to.
So that's 5. Give me a body part. Torso, you hit the weak spot. 5 damage goes through.
Was this on the big one or the small
That
one?
was on the big one.
Ooh,
So it's
okay.
now this second one. So I would like you to roll for it, Max. And he's shooting the big one.
Okay, absolutely.
So if he takes the aim action, you get to re-roll 1d20.
Yep, he's gonna take the aim action. So does he add an extra 1d20 or he just re-rolls it?
No, you just get a re-roll.
Okay, just want to double check.
That's 1 success, so you get to re-roll 1 of them.
Okay.
I lost that right now.
1 success, so you may roll damage, and this is his first time hitting, so you may also do the let rip and add 2 extra damage dice.
Okay.
Let's say they've all got combat rifles. They've came as well armed as they could.
Whoa, that's weird why that did that.
That's not the right damage.
Yeah, well, that's the 2 extra. I don't know why he did that.
So roll the initial 5 as well.
Absolutely.
So that's 4 plus 1. Roll me a hit location.
Absolutely.
That's one of its legs, so it doesn't take any damage. Okay, so rolling for this one, who is shooting on the smaller one, I'll have Brian, please. So roll
Okay.
combat rifle for a gunner, please.
Combat rifle. Combat rifle. And he's going to aim 2.
Okay. That's one success. You may re-roll once to hopefully get your second success.
And
Move it back a little bit.
right. Agility. Roll.
That's
Ooh,
2 successes.
success.
You gain an action point and you may roll me damage, sir.
Nice.
And this is his first time shooting?
Yeah, you can use the let rip. So it adds 2 damage dice.
It's the same thing for me.
So that's 4 with your initial 2. So now you're rolling 5 more. This could be a hit.
Why is it not? It's not letting me roll it. Why?
I just use the damage off the weapon in the sheet so that we roll the regular 5.
I'll roll it.
There we go. I got it.
4 plus 4 is 8 damage. Right, give me a hit location.
And we need a 20.
Yeah. Need the chest. Need the chest.
Yeah, right. Show me the torso.
Yeah, that's right.
You hit the
He did
torso. So he takes all that damage. You hit the weak
Yeah, it's
spot. That one looks very injured after that. Now, the last gunner, it'll be this one. Nappa, I would like you to roll for it. He can pick. He can attack the big one or the small one.
Is it the energy weapons that we're using?
No, he's got a combat rifle.
Combat right? Oh, maybe I should scroll down. Okay.
That's 1 success, but I would assume he's aiming, so he can re-roll one of them.
Okay. Reroll with this bit up here. Small gun. Agility. Small guns.
And that's another success. You can roll damage. Which one is this, the big one or the little one?
The big one.
Okay. So roll me damage and a hit location.
Did the damage roll there? No.
Nope. And also, this is his first time hitting. You may also let rip. You may also add the 2 extra damage dice. Okay. And then give me 5 damage dice. Hey. 7.
Ooh,
No,
that's-
8.
yeah.
8. Give me a hit location.
Roll a 6. Roll a 6.
On one of his legs. So only 2 damage goes through on that one.
At least it's something.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that was the gunners. We now have 4 machine gun turrets. So you can all just roll an attack each with your machine gun turrets, and then we'll work out whose is whose and who they hit. So if you could all just pull up the machine gun turret
Our
and roll
turrets all
one attack
get
each.
to aim. So
Turrets don't get they don't get a reroll though. They're always aiming.
Yeah.
if they're always aiming, then they definitely get a reroll.
No, they don't. It's not part of how they work.
Oh, no.
They get the same actions we do. Boo.
That's 3
Ooh,
successes. That gains an action
That's
point.
the neck. Oh, yeah.
What's burst do?
Burst means you can hit another enemy in the same zone.
That takes an action point, right?
It
No,
takes rolling effects.
you just have to hit. You just have to roll the effect.
Yeah.
Well, let's get damage here.
Okay. You have to get effects on your damage roll. Now you've got the effects burst and stun, so that does 3 damage to. Well, you have to roll a body part for the first one because it's only going to go through if it hits the torso. That's not the torso.
No.
So that doesn't actually hurt them. So the effect doesn't take place. So the burst doesn't happen. I think.
Okay.
I think that's how that works.
The burst, yeah, probably the stun wouldn't happen, but the burst, I don't see.
The burst, okay. So the burst still happens. So roll me another body part for the burst hitting the other one. Roll me a body part again.
Oh, a 20.
Nah, that's another leg. So no damage again,
leg.
unfortunately.
I figured there would probably be damage, but at least get the try.
This is for me to attack.
Did everybody roll a
Does
turret?
it hit?
No.
I did. I was the last one.
Yeah, okay.
So
So that's the turrets. Nappa, it's your turn. Did Nappa miss a turn in the first round? Did you get a turn in the first round?
Well, I didn't know.
I think we might have missed you in the first round, mate. It's right at the end. You're right at the end of the round. Did we miss you last time?
Probably.
I think we might have, mate.
That's alright.
Well,
So
tell you what, there's 2 action points, so you can have an extra action. I'll give you 2 action points.
cheers. So
I'll give you
let's go
3.
here.
I'll give you 3, so you've got 1 to spend as well.
Let's use the laser pistol because I haven't added the institute pistol yet.
Okay. I think
Let's
it just does 1 more damage.
I think
Let's use an AP to get an extra dice.
Okay.
For the success.
Are you aiming as well?
4 AP.
successes.
Okay,
4
so,
successes.
so that gains you 2 action points. So you go up to 6, and you've got 1. You've got 1 left being wasted if you don't use it here. So roll damage
Like
first.
right now.
Well, no, because you can't use it on damage, but you could use it for an extra action after. So that's 4. Give me the body part. $13. That's not going to do anything. But you have an extra action point here, so I recommend you spend that and 1 of the 6 and have an extra action. Take an extra shot.
Aye.
Because then you'll only be down to 5 and not 4.
Do that again, and we'll get another. Spend another AP to
Another
get
AP
another
to
dice
get
because
3
we
dice. You
need
need
2
3
successes now.
You need 3 successes
Spend-
now.
Spend another
Okay.
one to do the aim action too, to get that reroll.
Aye.
Spend another one for aim. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So,
So you need 3, but you've got the reroll and you've got 3 dice.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good idea.
That's 1 with a complication. No, that's 2 with a complication. You want to reroll that with a luck point.
Reroll
no,
it.
doesn't he have?
Oh, you don't need,
It
you
has a
don't
free
need you
reroll.
reroll it with aim. Yeah, you don't need to spend a luck point. You've got to reroll with aim. So reroll your 20.
I know this might get another EP.
You still need 1 more success to hit.
Oh right. Yeah.
energy, weapons, perception.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
a hit. That is a hit. You may roll damage.
All right, do some damage this time.
Oof.
2 physical damage. You give me a body part because it will go through if you hit the torso. That's the
Oh,
torso.
there it is.
Which one is that? That's you're here, so that's the small one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, he's pretty injured, like. Okay, we go to the start of a new round. So, big guy here is gonna. I'm gonna attack a PC rather than the Assaultrons here. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna attack. Well, how many action points have I got? 0. Oh, that's no fun. Right, I'm gonna attack Brock.
Damn poor Rock.
Yeah. Expected.
2 successes. And it's 2 that I need, isn't it? So I don't gain any
Two's the
action
number.
points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh.
6 with
Yeah,
piercing.
So that's 4
That
piercing
ignores
right
4
there.
armor, so you'll take 6 damage to this body part. One of your legs. If you fall prone. But I don't have any action points to take any more actions, so Max, it's Turok's turn now. I'm going to step AFK, but I've still got my headset on, I can still hear you.
Oh, that's totally fine. So I'm going to do the aim action myself because I'm not moving from my location. I am going to attack, but I am going to use 1 AP to ensure that I actually hit.
Sorry, I wrecked these Assaultrons and I tried to change my health.
Using the combat rifle. Maybe it's slow. Let's see, combat. 1 miss.
Brock is prone because he got an injury to his leg from that hit.
Did you say you spent an action point there, Max, yeah? And you've got 1 success. Okay, so that doesn't hit, unfortunately. Would you do anything with that? Would you like to spend a luck point to reroll one of those? Oh no, you've got aim. You've got a free reroll. You aimed. Max, you can reroll one of them.
Oh, is he froze?
Oh, I think Max is froze, aye.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Right, we'll do a wee timeout. We'll do a break and we'll get Max sorted and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
I
we're
know I
back.
hit it. It just
We're back from a forced technical break. Max, you have got your aim to do. You've got 1 reroll to do, and you need 1 more success. Oh no, wait, you've got it here. You've done it. Was that your reroll there? So you've done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have damage to roll. That's where we are. You've got damage to roll.
Yep, I'm gonna do the rate of fire, so it gives me extra 2 damage.
I recommend that you do. Okay, 5. Give me a body part.
1 second. Ooh, I hated that. A technical error like that.
Ah, it's okay. We're not live. We record. We don't do live streaming. We're all good. 9 is one of the arms that will not damage it, I'm afraid. Turok, that is your turn. We now move on to the Assaultrons. Who would like to roll an attack for the first one? They're both attacking the big guy. Somebody roll me an attack for an Assaultron. You may spend your action points on these NPCs' attacks, by the way. I'm going to allow it.
I don't think I'm
Are
going.
these guys aiming too?
Yeah, they can aim. But you don't want to re-roll that, because they were both single successes, so you don't want to re-roll that. So that one of them's attacked with its laser and hit, and one of them's done unarmed and done 6 physical damage. Right, okay. Right, Brock, give me a body part for that. That is the torso. So 6 damage goes through. And the other one is hit with its laser. Chris, you can roll me damage for that. And a body part. Ooh, 6 with vicious, so that's 8. Give me the body part. And that's on the torso. So that all 8 goes through. The big one, he lets out a yell of pain and goes, "Ah, you robot bastard! Ah! I'll smash you into pieces!" And that's the 2 Assaultrons' turns. You did some serious damage there, though. Now, it's the smaller of the 2 Deathclaws. So this Deathclaw is going to turn to see Fred there, and it's going to swing at Fred.
Jump, Brad.
Have I got action points? No. Shite. 1 success on Fred. 6 damage on this body part on Fred. His head. Brian is AFK, so that's 6 damage on the head of Fred. Let me quickly look at his character sheet and see what resistance he has.
Well, they normally have 2, don't they, for the whole body?
Yeah, it has 1 for his whole body. So it takes 5 damage, and it has a crippled head. No, it takes 7 damage. No, yeah, 6. So it takes 5 damage, and it has a crippled head. Okay. Unlucky Brian, that's what happens when you go AFK.
Your robot gets wrecked.
The robot gets wrecked, so he's got a crippled head. Okay, that was that Deathclaw's turn. Grandslam Brock Watterson, it is your turn.
Brock's got to redeem himself after talking smack and not hitting last time. So I'll spend an action point to roll 3 dice to hit this dude.
Okay.
I get a reroll from my beer and a reroll from my plastic.
Yep. So that's 2 successes, so that's a total of 3. So you gain an action point, so you're on 2.
Yeah.
So that's 4 with vicious and piercing 1, so that's 7 with piercing 1. Give me a body part.
Yeah, so oh.
On the torso.
Oh, my piercing is meaningless.
No, the piercing is meaningless because it doesn't have armor there. You hit the weak spot. Okay, he is looking very, 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 very injured now, Grandslam.
I only got the 2 AP, but I'm gonna spend it to just try to hit him again.
You're gonna spend them and try and hit him again? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn him for everybody.
And you got him. You got him. You got him. Nicely done. You may roll me some damage, sir. Okay, give me a body part. It's very, very, very important here.
I'll be able to pierce through most of it, so I'm not as concerned.
So it's 8, and ignoring 3. Right, so it ignores 3. So he's got 3, and you hit him with 8. So it's 8 minus 3, so it's 5 damage goes through, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, and that's a wound, isn't it?
You may describe to me, it's more than a wound, he's dead. So you may describe to me how Brock finishes that giant.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Brock yells out his anime move. He says, "Home run smash!" And he just claps this thing's whole knee, and his kneecap shatters, and his leg goes flying off.
Nice. I'm just gonna move it out the way just to make our lives easier. Okay.
Yeah, he learned that in the gun art comic.
Victoria's gonna take a shot at the little one.
I used my move action to, well, not my move action, my minor action to stand back up from prone.
Okay.
Thing I forgot I had to do.
She misses. Lorelei's turn. Brian's still AFK. I'm going to roll for her. Lorelei is going to... Where is she? You see her. Lorelei is going to aim and shoot. One success, and she's going to re-roll one of them. And she gets a hit.
Ooh, nice.
And she's going to spend 2 bullets. So let me just adjust her ammo on her character sheet while I remember.
Gonna spend the luck and re-roll 3 of those whiffs.
Yeah, she's gonna spend a luck.
The council demands it.
And re-roll 3 of them.
Oh, ooh,
oh no!
Did.
Ignore that because that's rolled the whole thingy dice. I just need to roll 3, so ignore that. It's this one.
Aww.
So it's a total of 4. It's a total of 4, but I need to adjust the ammo in this character sheet. It's 45 ammo that a thing uses, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. So she's got 7 left. Okay, and I need to roll a body part. Torso. So that's 4 damage. Oh! And Lorelei's got the kill.
Oh my god, we killed both of them?
Lorelei, in Brian's absence, has put a bullet into the already battered torso of that Deathclaw, and she has finished it off. You now have 2 dead Deathclaws. Congratulations.
I was worried about we're gonna get slaughtered.
Brian, you missed the action, mate. So,
Oh,
Fred is injured, has an injured head, but both Deathclaws are dead.
Yeah.
And Lorelei got the killing
Killed the
blow.
little one.
Lorelei killed the little
Killed
one.
the little one.
okay.
So congratulations, you killed the Deathclaws.
Okay, I returned your combat rifle to you. I'm like, here you go, thank you.
Okay.
Brock's out there like, my leg!
How many rounds did you use up there?
I used 3.
Yeah, it's like you want to kill the big
I've
man.
taken them off your sheet for you already, Brian.
Okay, thank you.
So, with the death of the last 2 Deathclaws, the smoke settles, the dust settles, the smoke clears. A few more gunners come inside from outside, although most that came are dead. Samson, the leader, is alive, and he thanks you with much gratitude for your help here today, and he's going to give you all, the 4 of you, 100 caps each.
Ooh.
So you may all add
like, is it...
100 caps to your character sheets.
Nice.
You all now have +1 reputation with the gunners in the area,
Oh, nice.
and those of you that are level 2 will gain enough experience to level up to level 3, and Nappa at level 3, you'll now go halfway to level 4. So congratulations, boys. You have won the Claws of Crimson scenario for Fallout RPG.
Nice.
Huzzah. I hope you enjoyed that, fellas.
I was hoping to like maybe loot some of the bodies and take some of their weapons. I'm like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't need that anymore. You're dead.
Absolutely. So what I'll do is, after the session, I'm going to put... I'll write up about how many dead gunners there are and what kind of share of their equipment you'll get. Because obviously they're... In fact, to make things simpler, because their boss has given you 100 caps each, that's going to assume that he takes all their equipment. So he'll get their equipment,
okay.
but you'll all get 100 caps each for aiding him.
Yeah.
So congratulations. You are now all level 3. You have completed Claws of Crimson for Fallout RPG. I hope you enjoyed that, boys.
Yes,
Oh,
thank you.
definitely.
So you may now all level up your characters, apart from Nappa, who's halfway through level 3, but you may now, in between sessions, level up your characters, ready to do a level 3 one-shot next, once your overseer finds you a level 3 one-shot to do. So that was written by ELH, who also wrote the pizza one.
Nice.
A real pizza work. So thank you, ELH, for your free scenarios that can be found online. Viewers, if you're watching, you want to run some fun one-shots for your Fallout group, they are available online. Just search Fallout One-Shot online. You'll find them on Reddit. We've got a great community on Fallout 2D20 Reddit. So, let's wrap it up, boys. Let's wrap it up. So, thank you very much for playing all. Jeff, Max,
Thank
Ryan,
you.
and Chris. It's a
Thank
pleasure,
you.
as always,
Thank you.
boys. Look forward to playing with most of you again this week and at the weekend. And to our viewers, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying watching Fallout as much as we're enjoying playing Fallout. I'm RxOliver. These Wastelanders are the gang. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, war never changes. Bye.